Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, I wanted to go through a Reddit post about engravings priority. It was just a really well-constructed post. I'm loving all these graphics that everyone is doing. So big shout out to Ben, is it Christensen? Yes, okay, sorry, I suck at reading. But Ben, big shout out to you, aka Akagi Panda. Gotcha, man. But no, honestly, this is a about to swear, but this is a really awesome post that I really did like. So I think he's Australian based off this. If he is, well done, fam. Well done. But this is an attempt. I'm not going to read it because I suck at reading. You'll know that. But basically, he puts all the massive disclaimers out there that, you know, this stuff is subjective. It's just trying to give a rough idea. Anytime you put anything that's half definitive, people are going to pick it apart and whinge. So take it with a grain of salt, but it's a really nice one for someone that doesn't want to think at all and just like, yeah, okay, let's just have a look. So when we look at it, it looks a bit confusing at the start, but it's actually really well presented. The only thing is some of it's a little bit small to see, but you can always zoom in and it's not too bad clarity up here. So what we basically have is an engravings priority list. So we have first priority here, then we have second stretch, and then we have branching out. This is one, at this point, it's possible to consistently hit campaign power cap, and investment can be diverse. Jeez, I can't read, but you get the gist. Anyway, so in the second stretch here, the one thing he's noting is that these ones, like you can actually gather both the resources. This one is just trying to get up to your E60s, and this one is working on some more E30s, so you can do them at the same time. Now, if we look at all the notes here, just for reference, we can see that there is no objective optimal order. This guide is intended to reduce risk of bad investments and is based on accounts proven to push min power requirements, at least before the version 1.82 nerfs. So what I wanted to talk about this is also, if you just want to build something to have fun, which I often do on my accounts, go nuts. Fun is the most important thing. It is a game. But when we look at the legend here, so in this Lucretia over here, you can see we have E41 and E44. Those are the two required breakpoints to get her to where is quote unquote optimal. So you can see here that if we go over to this bit here, and we scroll down, you can stop at the first threshold or push to the second or third threshold. They give multiple threshold limits that you can go to depending on what you want to do. Then we got the 1, 2, 3 node that needs to be upgraded for full threshold 30/60 upgrade all nodes. So this is your node priority, the 1, 2, 3, 4 and the numbers. That's what they represent because of the stats they're going to give. Basically, when they have this type of thing, the stats increase by the nodes. Nodes in brackets are for pushed threshold. So just when you see this, like haste and physical pierce on Iron, like that's the stats that you're sort of prioritizing. And then it does have the price of the upgrade as well. As we go through other things in it, has where you can get them from. Also has this bit here, which is really, you know, I like this sort of thing, you know, how they've roughly estimated how long it actually takes you to get these things. So E60, 35 to 65 days. So you're not going to be just spamming them out. And then an E30 is going to be 15 to 45 days. And then E41 is going to be the 10 to 35. Obviously, the E41 is not including the time. Well, I guess you can do it at the same time to get those ones, but you get the gist. So let's have a quick look. I think it's a bit of a no-brainer on this one that it's like sort of the main carries you're doing. Now, the Kren thing, Kren's coming back. Kren seems to have jumped around in meta. But when you look at Lucretia, Irons, Grazul, Raku, and Odin, just all really overpowered units. Odin is just like, I'm very, very bullish on Odin. Bullish. I've been in the crypto space for too long. I didn't just say that. Edit it out. Anyway, I'm a sad person, but I'm very pumped about Odin. I've always loved Odin since he came into the game. I think he's an absolute beast. Me personally, I would do Odin before Kren because I love him that much, but that is me. But yeah, like Lucretia, obviously best carry in the game. Those stats just make her just solo even better. It's fairly self-explanatory. She's crazy, and she would definitely want to be my first E60. Now, in this rotation, they do obviously her to 41 or 44, then Irons to 41, then Grazul to 36. Now, don't try and understand why. It's just the stats. Like, they've probably done some very deep math that I ain't gonna try and cover. But for me personally, like, you know, if you're playing it very basic, you can also look at it the way of, sweet, just E60 Lucretia, then, you know, you can sort of progress like that. Like then obviously this one's like E60 Grizzle. Now the interesting thing is how they go E65 on Lucretia after Grizzle. So you got different things, but you know, follow this if you want. If you're lazy like me, you can always just go one character to 60. Or if you're like me on some accounts where you just have your favorite character that you're building, just pump them straight up. But yeah, we got Lucretia, Irons, Grizzle, Raku, who's an absolute beast, Kren, and we also have Odin. And then in the second stretch, this is where we start getting to 60s after we've got all these like mid-level periods for stats past 30. And then you start working on some of the other 30s. And now some of these obviously go a bit beyond 30, so you have to allocate for that. But like the in-depth of this, of like getting Iron to 18 is just something that's crazy. And then as we move past that, we have branching out, which is like sort of more niche picks. For me, I absolutely love Mishka. I think her getting the extra healing and shields for her whole team is actually a really nice effect, which is really cool. So that's one that I really like. For boss fights, Scarlet now is like really awesome. That I like. I always lean away from like things like twins and mortars personally. Not saying you should, just me personally, because I'd rather do the things that get the numbers. That's the way I look at it anyway. Having just said that, Star is actually pretty cool with her E60 giving an extra 20% mitigation. You know, it's not too bad depending on how hard you're min-maxing your progress. You know, she's one that like, it's just like an easy one where I'd be like, yeah, let's just throw her to 60 and away we go. But yeah, it's one of those things. You can follow this religiously. I'm too lazy to do that. I'll probably pick some things myself, but it's pretty detailed, this. I really love the effort that goes into like picking not only what level to go to, but like exactly which nodes to upgrade to get to those levels to optimize stats. And like I said, some of these like 33s, 18s, there's a lot of work that goes into this. So just massive props to the guys for working this out. Let's see the additional notes. I didn't read the additional notes. This is another class of investment made to address min power cap, i.e. Skriath, Lawson, Queen. These decisions are for different target audience and not included in this graphics. Oh, there is another... I said these. There is another class of investments. Okay, so like, like if you want to go specifically down other routes, there will be different paths to take. But yeah, like I mean, just as a general rule of thumb, to look at this and go, okay, what? Just to know, like, if you look at something on this and it's on here, at least you know it's not a complete waste what you're investing. Is the basic gist. But really cool guide, a lot of effort. I really love these things that come out from the community. So make sure you jump over, give them some support over here on Reddit. I'll leave the links in the description. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.